And the left side is in small questions of, technology and analysis, solving little problems. The way your brain is supposed to work is you're supposed to engage the right hemisphere of your brain to consider big questions of meaning, and then task the left side of your brain to figure stuff out. Now, the problem that we have today is that all of our technology is forcing us into the left side of the brain and never giving us an opportunity to think about the big issues. That's what's happening when you're sitting at a traffic light in your car and you pull out your phone to check your text, so you won't be bored even for a second.
Yeah.
You need to be bored a lot more. There's a reason that your grandfather, what did he do for a living? Your granddad?
He was a serial entrepreneur, actually.
No kidding. Interesting.
Yeah.
But, one thing is that his life was a lot more boring than yours.
Oh, for sure.
He had no podcasts to listen to. He had no earbuds. There was no social media, which are anti-boredom devices.
Yeah.
I'm glad there's podcasts. I'm glad that you and I get to have this conversation.
Sure.
But the truth of the matter is that if a lot of people would be bored right now doing some other thing, like working out or walking or driving, and that would actually be really, really good for their brain. So the first thing that I recommend to people who have a sense of pointlessness in their life is not move to Ireland, right? Which some people will do. It's like, I need a big change.
Yeah.
Or break up with their beloved, or just go quit their job. Is they need to start being bored more and more systematically. And so that means internet-free zones in your life. That means getting that putting down your devices more systematically. That means doing things that will actually make you feel a lot more bored more systematically than you currently are. And that's actually the first step. That's the biggest problem that a lot of people have today.
Interesting. Yeah, I think the left brain, right brain thing is really interesting. I hadn't thought about that before. I also think part of it too is just the absolute abundance of information. Like, I know one of the things you talk about around meaning is coherence.
Yeah.
And it makes sense that if you just exponentially increase the amount of information that we're exposed to, the more difficult creating any sort of coherent narrative around our experiences becomes. It's just like everything starts to feel very vague and ambiguous and like here or there or uncertain. And that in and of itself can create kind of an existential crisis.
Sure. And, the classic case of this is, I think I'm going to go learn something. I'm going to turn on YouTube, and you spend half an hour or 45 minutes looking at shorts.
Yeah.